What are photoselective meshes? It is a tool that specifically modifies the spectrum of filtered light in the ultraviolet regions, and intensifies diffuse radiation and also affects the thermal components of the crop. You can vary the shading from 5% up to 95%. The mesh that makes up rachel type is treated with an additive against ultraviolet rays, and the structure allows crop protection during stress conditions. The photoselective mesh is an agricultural practice that is used as aluminized, which serves to create greater reflection and a diffused light effect under the fabric. Photoselective meshes are based on various chromatic additives, light scatterers, and reflective elements within the mesh materials. These materials select various spectral components of solar radiation, such as UV and PAR radiation, or transform direct light into diffuse light. The effects on plants of modified sunlight conditions, especially the increased proportion of blue wavelengths and the luminous spectrum, have been investigated in relation to accumulation in vaccinium species, blueberries. The results showed a significant increase in productivity under the photoselective nets, highlighting that the number of fruits produced per plant throughout the growing season was 30% to 40% higher, and the yield was 20% to 30% higher under photoselective meshes. In the case of the red mesh, it helped to prevent the passage of the blue bands, so the proportion of red light that reached the plants was increased, UVA and UVB radiation were reduced. They also repeatedly increased the productivity of leafy crops, peppers, and ornamentals, each compared to a standard cover. The black mesh could be used in the growing attempts to semi-cultivate wild European blueberries, to produce berries with high nutritional value and to increase the commercial value of the crop. They report that PAR radiation was reduced by a greater percentage in the black mesh, 55 to 60%. The white mesh, the white shade mesh is perfect for certain plants or crops that require a higher incidence of light. This mesh transmitted a PAR radiation of 1020 mol m-2s-1. The blue pigment was used to increase the transmission of radiation in the blue light spectrum, 400 to 500 nanometers, and in this way stimulate the synthesis of chlorophyll, improving the proportion of fruits with an intense green color. Among the advantages offered by the photoselective shade houses is to prevent the effect of the wind. They reduce the evaporation and perspiration of the plants. They also prevent the entry of insects, who are often carriers of dangerous viral diseases. In conclusion, the use of photoselective meshes can be a complementary agricultural practice. Colored meshes have the transmission properties of PAR radiation, of which they specifically modify the spectrum of filtered light in the ultraviolet regions. In addition, they intensify diffuse radiation and affect its thermal components.